Hey there, what if we built a model and just chatted for a little bit? What if we did that? Would that be interesting? Would that be good content? I don't even know what that means anymore. Hi there. It's been a minute since we've hung out. And that is because I moved to an entirely new house, and that took up a good long amount of time, you know? As it does. It turns out moving a whole house is a lot of time and effort, and I just simply do not recommend it to anyone, really. But it's gone good. We've moved basically all our belongings. I mean, we have. They're just not unboxed yet, but we're most of the way there. Let's see. It's funny how I go completely brain dead as soon as I've got something to occupy my hands and eyeballs here, huh? I completely forgot all the talking points I wanted to cover and all the things I wanted to say with the fun and the nuance, because I've got fun, bright lights in front of my face and a task to occupy my mind. But it's okay, because I wrote it all down. Yeah, I moved a house. It was pretty intense, but we got there. And it's nice. It's our very first home. We are first time homeowners. It's pretty dope. I'm going to eventually print out the picture of Professor Zoidberg, homeowner, from that one episode where they all go underwater. You know the one where the Futurama crew goes underwater and he says, look at me, I'm Zoidberg, homeowner, and it's really funny. And I would like to frame that and put it on a wall somewhere. There we go. We got to get that opacity up. Is there not a shortcut for increasing the opacity? Do I have to really do it by hand? Whatever. Really making these rocks, the highlights and the lowlights really stand out here. Good stuff. Hold on, I want to go back over to this one. There we go. See, the opacity's huge on that one by default. Anyway, so yeah, ideally, I will start making stuff for you all again soon. It's just been really hard. I mean, I've got my studio set up. I've got my full rig here. Everything's set up for like streaming and all that good stuff, yada yada. It has just been really hard to find the motivation to... I'm sorry, I lied to you. It is not all set up because I still need sound baffling. I'm in the basement, so the sound should be pretty well baffled. But something tells me I'm going to need a little bit more so I do not disturb my wife when she is trying to live her life. And I'm in the basement like a gremlin just doing my little YouTube bullshit, you know? But that should be fairly cheap to accomplish. I think I looked on Amazon and I found like 50 square feet pieces for like $30 or something like that. I don't even know if those are the right things that I would need, but we'll find out. But other than that, I've got a brand new green screen to go behind me. I need... What am I looking for? I'm looking for this... The fragment part, right? No, because I don't want to paint the whole thing. I want... Oh, I need to fine-tune it. Okay, we're just painting... I see what the game wants from me now. There we go. We gotta... Sorry, the size on this brush is a little extreme. There we go. Perfect. Then I can just scooch it. I can just gooch it up a little bit. There we go. What was I saying? I got a green screen. I've got tons of new equipment, actually, for all kinds of fun stuff to do here. Like I bought a lavalier microphone for... just in case I ever want to get behind the camera, but without a game in front of me, and like do talkie bits. That'd be cool. I got a second webcam so I can do like dual angles and stuff. I got a tripod for that camera. I've already had my LED lights, but I got I got color lenses for... Oh, wait, maybe I did that in a video recently. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I did one where I had the bisexual lighting going on, the blue and the red on either side of me. Maybe I didn't upload it yet. I've got I've got 2 videos in the hopper ready to be edited and uploaded of a game called Dread Delusion, which is kind of like a Kingsfield game. And if you're familiar with my video essay stuff, you will recognize that name as being like the precursor to like Dark Souls and stuff. A fun indie game came out called Dread Delusion, and I was like, oh cool, this is perfect. Can I change the pressure on this? Why does the keyboard shortcut not work? What does pressure do? Is it like, I can't figure out what it does. I'm gonna set it back to 0 just in case I'm goofing something up real bad here. I mean, there's no way to goof this up. It's like a freeform game. It's like, build this model and paint it how you want. But I'm not creative, so I'm gonna follow the directions here. And if we have a little oopsie on the scales, like right here, we'll just live with it. That's a happy little accident. So yeah, I've got 2 episodes of this game in the hopper. I am not 100% sure if I want to commit to playing the whole thing. One, it's an early access game, so like, it is not finished yet. I think they said it's story complete, but not side content complete. But like, if I'm gonna play it, I kind of want to have the whole thing there, you know? Just as an option, even if I don't end up recording all of it. And the other thing is, and this is, here's a funny thing about being a person who like makes stuff, is you start seeing the whole world as perhaps content that you could, and I'm going to use this word very loosely here, milk. You can milk for views, you know? It's such a weird brain poisoning, and I don't know. I shouldn't let it affect me, but it does, because I have a bunch of games that I've bought on Steam and stuff, or that I just want to play, but I'm like, but wouldn't it be fun if I played it for people, and then I could like sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone, which is, it's not a great way to think about things, is it? No, it's not. I'll tell you that right now. No, it's not. But it is what it is. And I've started a couple, and I can't quite stick with anything right now because, again, I've got a bunch of house stuff to finish. We have resurfaced every single floor in this, on the main floor in the basement, which is all we've got. It's just I don't know if you consider it a 2-story home, or if the proper verbiage is it's a 1-story home with a full basement. Yeah. I think you're supposed to list it only the floors that are above ground. I think that's the case. But regardless, we've done every single piece of flooring. We had to rip up the whole house was carpeted, by the way. The kitchen included, and the downstairs bathroom included. The only thing that didn't have carpet was the upstairs bathroom where the shower is. And it's like, you mega gross, disgusting people. How did you live your entire lives this way? I need to up the size of this brush. I need to speed paint this dragon's back so I can move on to like the other parts. But yeah, we ripped that all up. It's a lot easier than you might expect, actually, to replace carpet if you're doing it yourself. Well, sorry. Not fully replaced. I did not install carpet. I only ripped it up because there was hardwood under most of the house, and then just subflooring under the rest, which we put, part 2 of the story, we put click lock tiles on those things. And if you've never heard that before, consider yourself lucky that you've never had a home DIY floor project. But I digress. It was fine. It just took a lot of time to get there. My dad was doing a lot of the work with like measuring and stuff, which I'm glad he did, because I'm sure I would have messed something up around like the the door transitions and stuff. But hey, I'm basically an expert at it now. So if you ever need somebody to come around and build your floor for you, let me know, and I will not do it. I'm not going to do that for you. I don't even know you. Don't ask me. I'm sorry, what does it want me to do here? I'm clicking this button. What am I... Oh, this is that highlighter brush. I need to highlight all the little bumpies on his skin. Okay. Well, that's fun. I'm only 8% done with this dragon. I've been recording for 11 minutes. So I either need to shut up and like make some progress on this thing, or I'm just going to have a disproportionate amount of fast forwarding at the end of this. So I'm going to shut up for a minute until I finish this part here. How about that? Maybe I'll put like some fun licensed, or I'm sorry, license-free lo-fi music over this. Although, I mean, the game has good music on its own, but if I speed up the video, it's going to get all distorted, and it's going to be a bother. I don't know, I'll figure something out. Tail on. Okay. Who am I? Where am I? What was I talking about? Music was the last thing I said, I think. And that leads me to segue into a different thought I had. I would like to start dabbling in music creation one of these days. I feel like that would be fun. I bought a... what is it called? Innovation Launch Key 25 MIDI keyboard. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a MIDI keyboard that you can plug in and play notes on your DAW of choice, your digital audio workshop. I have FL Studio number 20 that I can mess around with. I do not know how to use that app at all. There is a fun channel that I've been doing some tutorials on called In the Mix, and if you're a music person on YouTube at all, you probably know that name. If you're into creation or anything like that, he seems like a pretty legit dude. His things are pretty comprehensive, and he's very good at telling you how to do something and why you would want to do it, which is kind of all you want in your tutorials, right? You want to know the context for why you would want to do a thing. At least I think so. That helps me in the learning process. Not just that you can do something, but when you should apply it and why you would. And more importantly, even if we're thinking about jazz because of this music and all, when not to apply something. It's about the techniques you don't apply to your craft that are important sometimes. Let's see. Let's use a better size here, so we can maybe just draw a couple of. Hold on. It's so funny to try to get the camera correct, and then it just slowly wavers over time. Oh, we need less opacity. No, this ain't gonna look good, but that's fine. Mistakes into miracles and all that, right? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I was just talking about making music. Yeah, I'd like to just make maybe a few songs for the channel. The way certain other YouTubers have like stuff that they do for certain moments, or like end title card and stuff like that. That'd be fun, I feel like. Oh yeah, this looks like total butt, because it's just spraying these little circles everywhere and not kind of like a cohesive... Maybe this is where the pressure gauge would come in handy? I don't know. It's fine. I'm going to reduce opacity a little bit more, brush size up, and maybe I can just make all of this blend together a little, right? A lot of art is about blending your colors correctly and appropriately. See, this is what I get for trying to get a little creative on my end. I was just kind of following the guide here, but it's what I get, and that's all you need to know. Okay, let's do some highlights and lowlights on the tail here. Make these gold scales shine, baby. I forgot to bring my notes back up to the forefront here. Okay. There we go. So yeah, just some music for the channel. Would be fun. A fun little project to do, I feel like. I need to get a green on here, don't I? Where's that green? Is it mint or algae green? What color green? Oh, and I'm not even using the right tool. Yeah. You gotta use the right tool for your scales. Is it frog green? No, that's way too green. Which... No, that's not it. Mitsubishi interior green. That's my guy right there. I should have known it was the interior of a Mitsubishi. There we go. What else did I have to think and talk about? Okay, I have a couple notes here about things I've been doing. I have finished JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And now, when I say I finished it, I mean literally all of it I have finished. I've read every single last part to that manga, officially, finally. And the best news is that I got paid to do parts 7 and 8. Because I refused to read them at home, I only read them at work. It's one of those things where I was like, if I'm going to be doing this, I don't know why my brain works this way. If I'm going to be doing this, I feel like I want to be getting paid to do it because I just can't bring myself to do it at home. Because I really only like to do video games at home because I am still very poisoned. Kind of the same with reading. I like reading on the clock. That's a lot more fun to me. Man, that looks way cooler with the highlights and lowlights that sort of just automatically get applied to it. But yeah, I finished JoJo. It's very good. Of course it is. I mean, why would I tell you anything different? Of course it's good. But I highly recommend it. Even if you don't find a part that you... Or even if the parts that you try to read are not your favorite, just switch to another one. Just switch to another one and see if you like those boys better. That's my advice to you if you are not already on board. Is just go with your gut. If one of the arcs isn't jiving with you, just move on. You will be fine. You don't have to enjoy the whole thing to be able to be a fan, despite what absolute troglodytes will tell you. So after I finished JoJo, I started Chainsaw Man. Which is, I kind of cannot believe how much Chainsaw Man has blown up for not having an official anime yet. I know it's in the works, right? I feel like I've seen the teaser trailer for it, and then people are like, oh, I'm so excited, this manga rocks so hard, you're all gonna love it. And then more people went out, pardon me, oh my god. People went out and read the manga and got super obsessed with it, but the amount of people that did that, just there's so much cosplay and art of that show that I kind of cannot believe how popular it got just from like word of mouth when the announcement trailer happened. So that's pretty bonkers, right? Let's get this brush size up. So that's pretty good. Pretty good start. I feel like I've only read just the first volume so far. But hey, it's popular for a reason, right? It is very good. This isn't a spoiler. It happens in like the first couple of chapters, and it's so minor. But like, one of the main character's motivations for like, doing what he does is he's like, man, I want to touch some boobs, and it's like, you as the reader think, wow, what a hollow experience for this main character to be driven by, right? And then the damn manga does the good thing. Does the thing you want it to, and it acknowledges that. He's like, he gets his wish. And he's like, that wasn't very satisfying. And now I'm worried that all of the other things that I want to do in life will not be satisfying once I do them. And it gives a little perspective on like that, what our expectations versus outcome, and how we feel fulfilled and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, I really didn't expect that level of nuance from the Chainsaw Man. But hey, that goes to show me, don't judge a book by its cover, or a protagonist by his base desires. I don't know, it's good. Read Chainsaw Man, or just wait for the anime. I'm sure that'll be fantastic. And speaking of anime that I'm waiting for, this one is not in my notes, but I wanted to say it regardless. I cannot wait. I think they're making it. There was a teaser trailer preview kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe it was just like a concept piece. Delicious in Dungeon is another manga that I think you should read, and I pray that they make an anime for. It is about like your typical Dungeons and Dragons party. But they eat monsters. They eat them up. they drink your milkshake. It's ostensibly like a cookbook manga that just theorizes how you would prepare monster parts for consumption, and it's really good and wholesome, and teaches you a lot of things about not only food, but like, well, I guess pretty much only food, because the rest of the things it teaches you are made up fantasy things. But it's got a really unique take on like the concept of what a dungeon is in a fantasy world and stuff like that. And it's pretty good, and a comedy show as well. What brush am I using? Is this the highlighter? I think it is. Yeah, let's highlight these bumpies. So that's our anime talk. How do you like that? How do you like them apples? I gave you 3 recommendations just now. And because you're watching me, I know you have taste, and I know that you know that I have taste. That sentence got away from me, but it's fine. It's okay. Let's see. I think we need to... Nope, we need... No, we'll get it here in the next page. Yeah. Let's gold up these scales. Make this dragon really proud of its shiny scales. Okay. I'm looking at my notes here. I got JoJo, got Chainsaw Man. I talked about the floors of my house. Oh yeah, I reinstalled our washer and dryer, which was like... I gravely underestimated how much effort would be needed for those. Like, I knew they were heavy, obviously. They're pieces of machinery, but I didn't even think about like the exhaust pipe for the dryer, and how you would need to... How maybe the one that you've got doesn't quite match the one that was already installed in the house that you had to take out. And it's like, oh... I guess I need to learn how to vent this outside of the house so that we don't die? Maybe death is involved. I'm not sure. Certainly fire is involved if you're not doing it right. But I did, with the help of some talented individuals, I got through that. And now we have a washer and dryer, and I can have clean clothes, and what a blessing, because for a good couple of weeks there, I was living off of like the same 3 pairs of pants over and over. It was not great. It was not great for the self-esteem to be like a dirty little gremlin boy. But we got there. We got through it. know what is also kind of funny? I was talking earlier about not being able to play something without having the, like, lizard brain desire to, like, monetize it. I don't mean monetize because I'm not getting paid to do YouTube, at least not yet. Oh, but what if I did? But no, it's just the desire to, like, what if I could turn this into capital C content? I chose this game even though I had an alternative. A good friend of mine, friend of the show, Mr. Pastry Gator, maybe you know the name, maybe you don't, but if you don't know, now you know. Mr. Pastry Gator gifted me a copy of Power Wash Simulator, which is kind of the Markiplier version of the let me do something mindless and chat while we do it. And it is very great at that, to be clear. But that game, and bless his heart, bless his beautiful, endlessly forgiving heart. Not forgiving, but giving, just giving. He's a giver. He was like, "Hey, why don't we chat, and we can either do it as just letting off some steam, or we can do it for some content. I'm down for either." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And so far, we've played a couple of sessions, and I have zero intention of letting any of you beautiful dear readers of mine in on those sessions. Because that game is something special between me and him now, and it will remain that way forever. I don't know why my brain is letting that one go and not freaking what do I have? What game am I trying to play that I just can't bring myself to? Like Sam and Max, I kind of want to play recently, and I'm like, but should I if I'm not recording? But no. My beautiful, wonderful bi-weekly chats with my pal over some power washing, that's for me and him, and you can't have it. And I think it's important to have those kinds of things where, as a creator, specifically on YouTube, you don't, not everything is for everyone. You know what I mean? Am I talking crazy here? Probably not. Probably not. It's probably a perfectly rational thing to say, right? Who am I? Let's put this... Oh, right. There we go. Look at this dragon. This dragon is really coming along here. We're doing pretty good. Which piece is that? Let's, I can attach you. I think I can attach you pretty safely and paint around you. Get these scales looking green and good. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Let's go. Damn, is that thing holding a Dragon Ball? It's gotta be. It's a dragon and it's holding some kind of ball, right? It's gotta be the Dragon Ball. Let's make sure to get every one of his fingies, make these really pop with that gold highlight. And his biceps. Maybe his triceps. Maybe even his quads. Is it... Hold on. I'm about to ask something very dumb, but it only just occurred to me. You've got biceps. You've got triceps. And you have quads, although I don't know if that word is necessarily related to the seps. Do you just have seps? Is there like a single sep situation anywhere in your body? Is that foolish to ask? I don't know. I've never thought about it. I didn't really super study anatomy or nothing like that. But it is what it is, you know? Do you have like a single sep situation? single sep situation. Stupid. Okay, we're going to concentrate the spray right here in the middle of this, and then we'll just sort of radiate outwards to get that blend effect. Looks like light reflecting off of that, right? It does to me. I think that's pretty good. Okay, let's get this other arm. We're closing in on the end here, I think. If I recall, there was only about like 40 steps on this dragon, on the instruction manual. Man, I don't think I understood model building and painting and stuff until just now, because this is very cathartic. Just like jamming out with some really cool tunes in the background and just sort of losing yourself in the process of making this thing look interesting and really trying to put your all into it. And to be clear, this is my all, and if it doesn't look great, that's because it's not. my all isn't very a lot. I only have limited attention span and ability, and just an eye for these things. I don't have a good eye. My eyes aren't great, and just kind of in general. Ooh, yeah. Let's attach these bad boys. Let's get these big, handsome arms on this dragon. Let's see, where does this one go? There it is. Boop. And oh, that's the headpiece. We don't need that. Go boop. The dragon's really starting to look like a real dragon who's mounted on top of the Skyrim mountain. Oh, that step's complete because I already put it on there. Let's get this head onto the painter board. Yeah. Get his gold mask and his blue eyes. What other part of him needs to be gold? Oh, his noodle nose here. And his nostrils. He needs the gold nostrils. What else? What else did I miss here? Oh, red ears. And then, oh, this painting. I just realized on the little circle here, it shows you how much you've completed. I don't know which part I'm missing. Horns. Yeah. That's good dragon head right there. Need to paint his tongue. And the roof of his mouth. And his twofers. Yeah. We are blazing through this dragon here. Incredible. And the tips of every one of the pieces of his beard here. Goodness gracious, that's a lot. But hey, you gotta respect the process, right? You just gotta do it. Oh yeah, I totally got distracted, but I was saying a second ago how this is very cathartic. I have an actual model that I could maybe like build on camera just for like little chill sessions, although I think I might stream it because I don't think I could vamp through the entire actual real life process of building a model. I don't have that much vamp power. Metal Gear Solid 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, but even I can't vamp that much. If you catch my funny joke reference that I just made. There's a character named Vamp. He is a bisexual Romanian vampire, and don't you forget it. That is how he was introduced to me by my friend, who gave me zero context other than that. And I'm like, okay, I guess I have to play this game and find out more about him. Turns out that is not like his defining quality. And it's just what my one friend was very focused on. I don't know. It's just funny. It's funny the things we remember and how we encounter media through other people. And how that affects the way we view them sometimes, right? The media, not the people. Although sometimes the people, I guess. Ironically, I did not mean to segue in such a way just now. Ironically, the model I have is Metal Gear Rex, like a 1/80th size reproduction of it. I literally did not mean to make a Metal Gear reference in regards to the Metal Gear model. It is just, if that just shows you where my head is at any given point. But yeah, that could be fun to build, like do a chill and chat stream and build a little model, right? It could be cool. I'd be down for that. Maybe you would too. Oh, I guess there is one more thing I can talk about as we wrap up this dragon here. Speaking of streaming, I have what I think is a fun idea. I had a lot of fun doing the test version of it. I've got a fun idea for a new video format. Oh, not video. I want to be clear. It's more like a stream thing that I would maybe upload to YouTube. But it's I made a show, and I'm going to tell you the name of it, and I always feel awkward saying it out loud, even though I like the name. I call it Truck Bang. I'm going to say it again because you might have fallen out of your chair. It's called Truck Bang, and it's not sex. It's not a sexual thing. I want to be very upfront with that, even though it might sound like it is. And you may have heard, as a person of culture, about the phenomena of mukbang, this like form of video where I think it originated in Korea, of just like aesthetically eating food and like the sound and the visuals of it and stuff. Maybe you know about that, maybe you don't, but if you don't know, now you know. And I thought, it's like one day I was like playing American Truck Simulator, and I thought, wow, this game is really fun. And like that same day, I also had the very same thought that I really like eating while I'm driving. I was like driving my real life car and eating some fast food. And that thought might sound completely insane to you, and it might very well be. But I feel like I'm backed up by one Mr. Dexter Morgan from the show Dexter. Maybe you've heard of it. One of the very first things he says in that show is that he's like, I really like eating in my car. He's like eating a pork chop sandwich or something, and I'm like, you know what, Dex? I think I agree with you. It is kind of really fun to be doing this, all like admittedly complicated mechanical task that we all have so much practice at that it's basically mindless, and then also trying to balance the act of like eating food cleanly. So all of that to say, hold on, I gotta paint this dragon's nose real quick. Really just get up in those nostrils. All of that to say, I had the thought, what if I combined those two activities but in a safe and responsible manner, and I played the game American Truck Simulator while trying to eat food, and I did it on camera? What if I did those things? And I had a test stream the other week, and I thought it turned out pretty fun. It was very entertaining, at least to me. And I think I might do more of it, and just have a good old time, just chatting with people, eating some food. That's not the only part of it, by the way. The whole point of the show is to be distracted driving, not just me eating food. That wouldn't be 100% of the content. I have other things in store, like I have to like be on my phone for a certain amount of time, like actively engaged with looking things up or interacting with people and stuff. And I had a good time, and maybe you will too if you join me when the next time I am able to, which again, Not sure when I will, because just life is such a hectic mess right now with the house. But like I said, the studio is basically there. Once I get the sound baffling, the sound padding up, the foam, you know, what's its and all that, maybe we can revisit this topic in a couple of weeks or something like that, and also resume normal let's play-ish operations. Gotta highlight his head horns, or like the, what would you call this part, that really like hard piece of like skull, like, is it, I guess, just a scalp? I feel like there's got to be a more technical term for like the, like on a deer, that very hard piece of bone kind of around its antler area, because it's got to be reinforced bone, right? It's got to be. I digress though. Oh, I guess the other, Hold on. I had the thought and then it was going away. Yeah. The other thought I had was I wanted to reassure you, and sort of myself as well, that I still want to make those video essays. Those are still in the hopper. I've got, like I said, I've got all the footage. The script is mostly done. I just haven't worked on it in a while. I haven't had the motivation or the inspiration or the ability, really, even to really get down to it, but I still want to, just because I like the process of playing games for academically and discovering things about them and what other people like about them is still very fun to me and interesting, and I like writing about it, but it's just another one of those things that takes up time, and the one thing you don't have in life, ironically, is time. I don't care who you are, that is universally true. But it's still on my mind, and I wanted to let you know what was on my mind. That's why we are doing this. I like how you can have like the huge base piece to start off like as your original piece and then attach the head to it, or you can just have the head piece as your base and attach the giant chunk to it. That's pretty funny to me. I don't know why. Alright, let's take this out, give this a little painter-rooney. We are closing in right on the end, folks. Let's enjoy these last few moments together. Yeah, this game is very cathartic too. It's just good. Just follow the instructions, or don't, or you can go off the beaten path and make things your own color. It's just easier because it whenever you click these buttons, it auto chooses the correct brush and like opacity and everything for you that the game thinks you should use. Which makes the process a lot easier. You don't have to think, but if you want to think, you can. That's the beauty of being a human, is like, if you want to think, you totally can. It's not illegal. And I'm not even going to follow that up with a pithy yet. It's not illegal to think. You can freely think about a cow and rotate that picture of a cow in your mind for free, and that's just free entertainment. Just rotate a cow in your head. Nobody can stop you. No one will even know you're doing it. Unless you tell them. But why would you? Why would you let anyone know you're doing that? Okay, let's try the impossible move here where we attach the dragon to the mustache. Nah, I don't think it's possible. We gotta attach the mustache to the dragon. We have a 100% completed Oriental dragon here. Folks, that's it. That's the dragon. I think it looks pretty cool, right? I did all the steps and highlighted and low-lighted and did all the paints correctly. It looks pretty cool to me. I feel like maybe these nails are not quite the right color. actually. Like, it's what it recommended to me, but I feel like those could be darker and that would be cool. But I'm not gonna do that, because it is time for me to go, and it's time for us to all go. It's been a good time. Thank you for joining me with Model Maker. That's what this game is, by the way. It's Model Maker. I don't think I ever said that out loud, but it is what it is. And I'll catch you again soon enough. And I have a new sign-off. It's in one of the episodes I recorded, but I haven't released yet. But I have a new sign-off that I'll tell you the origin of it later. But until next time, enjoy the horror of the world itself being your greatest enemy. And I will let you muse on that until I see you again. Goodbye.